How good is it to see when your scoring might be down that your teammates pick up the slack and
Yeah,
balance like
I mean, shots not falling, you got to impact the game somehow, somewhere else. I kept seeing two people, and so just trying to make the right play at the right time, and we were getting good looks. And so just going to play the defense how they're playing, and they were knocking shots down, and the way we were moving the ball was great.
What turned the game in the third quarter?
Defense, our pressure, our physicality turned up a little bit, a little different from the first half, and it was big time for us. That's what we needed. That's what we need to win.
Mike was saying that one of the things, the small changes that were made recently, simplifying defending on the perimeter, and he said specifically just the defender knowing where the help is coming from. Has that been your experience on the floor, and is that different, better?
Yeah, I mean, schematically, we may change things here and there. It's definitely helped, but I think the biggest part of our defense has been our communication, our physicality, our accountability without having to point fingers and say who was wrong or who wasn't. Just kind of being on the string and being on the same page, I think that's the biggest part of our turnaround so far.
Was that one of the messages after the Dallas game?
From when we were talking in the locker room? I don't remember.
I asked Mike the other day about just your defense as of late and how good it's been. I know Josh jokes and guys joke about your defense, all I think in fun, but how much do you take pride in just being able to not just be known as an offensive player, but to be able to contribute on that end? And how do you feel like you've done as this team defense has picked up too?
Yeah, I feel like I've been better as of recently. Going to give effort every single time. I'd be a below the rim protector with my charges, and just find a way to impact the game on that side of the floor as best I can.
Mike talked about some small adjustments that you guys made defensively a few days back. How much is that kind of the success that we're seeing out there? How much of it is it just effort or execution?
I think it's a lot of that. There's going to be slumps throughout a long season, so that's expected. But just improved communication, and then great coaching from BOC and Coach Darren Erman. So just following their plan, their game plan.
That's three straight 20-point games for you and for Josh. Just what's been the difference in the last few games that has y'all both going on
Yes, just being ready to attack when I get the ball, being ready to shoot, the ball finding me, just a mix of all those things,
OG, when guys have talked about the change in the defense, lately, communication has come up a lot. How much is that? Is it just as simple as there's just more talking, or have there been changes and to share those with? Has it been more than communicating with the defense you guys have?
It's a little bit of that, and then just executing, the effort, the intensity, the want to, And I think we've done a great job, Landry, Mikhail, Josh, Mitch, Kat, everyone's been on it.
Josh, when the scoring's so balanced like it was today, what does that do for the team?
Yeah, I think that's what we're capable of. We have great depth. We have guys who can knock down shots, guys that can play make. It's not always going to be JB or Cat's night. We have enough guys to obviously score points, but it shows that we don't have to force anything.
Did you feel an extra energy in the building with the Lakers and LeBron here tonight?
I don't know. There's always bumping in MSG. Obviously, Lakers, they travel well. They show up. They show love. But, our friends always come out. That's the benefit of being at MSG.
When OG is scoring like he does, and not just that, when he's as aggressive as he is on the offensive end, what does that do for everybody else?
It's huge. It opens the court up. He's someone who obviously can knock down shots, but get to the rim, with his size and his strength really at will. We need him to continue to do that. I think he's in a good, mental space of being aggressive and getting to the rim.
Josh, when's the last time you had 3 20-point games in a row?
I don't know, probably Portland, I think, maybe.
What's been working for you and OG both to have three straight 20-point games?
I don't know, probably just take what the defense gives us. With me, sometimes I try to, sometimes I pass, open shots because I want to get these guys involved and get these guys going, and I'm willing to sacrifice my own numbers for that. But on the flip side, I got to make sure I'm aggressive. So, keep the defense honest and those kind of things. So, for me, it's just trying to find a balance, and I think I'm just in a good headspace right now.
What has Landry Shamet meant since he returned from his injury?
He's huge. Obviously, he's able to knock down shots, but defensively, he's able to really pick it up and pick the ball up, be physical. So he's huge for us. We're going to continue to rely on him, down the stretch. But it's good to have him back.
Now, at what point in this season, he had always spoken highly of you. When did he know he would use you in kind of the role that you've been in this year? And he said before he took the job, just watching you on film, and he said he went into his interview for this job talking about wanting to play you more and in a bigger role. Have you always kind of felt just the love from him, and since he's been here, and knowing that you had an opportunity to do a lot for this team once he got here?
Yeah, I mean, working with Mike has been great. Learning from him, he's a great communicator, and coming in and taking a job is hard, for anybody. So, honestly, early on, I was just worried about, making the team and doing my best to help us win. But, as we've gotten, spent more time together, I'm grateful for him, and just want to continue to do what I can on a night-to-night basis and try to help us win games.
I thought you were just worried about making the team. What is this to have, nights like this in your journey from being that mindset to where you are like a regular guy? I mean, what's that been like?
Part of, like you said, part of the journey. There's highs and lows in this thing, and you can't get caught up on either end of that spectrum. So, that's take care of your work every day and try to be a good teammate, and I think the rest takes care of itself.
Is 6 a lucky number for you? It's the second time you had 6 threes in the last few games.
I guess so. Yeah, try to hit 7 next time for you.
What's it like to I guess be in that type of shooting zone? Last time it was 6 of 6. This time 6 of 10.
I always say it. I have the easy job. I'm on the receiving end. It's guys like JB who are getting blitzed and have to make the right decision, and maybe it's a pocket pass to Josh who drives and then he makes the right decision, and I'm just on the receiving end of good spacing and good playmaking from guys like that. OG found me a few times. It's my job. Just catch the ball, shoot ball. They, in some of those, they got to make the tough plays, and our teammates, our guys do that. We all do that and pride ourselves on making the right play over and over. So whoever it finds, it's, that's a good thing.
What has it meant to you to be trusted down the stretch of all these games lately?
Great. We're all going to need it. It's going to be somebody. I've been saying it. It's going to be somebody different every night, and we know that, and we have a group who's bought into that. So it's about all of us buying in and doing what we can on a night-to-night basis, knowing it might look a little bit different. We got a locker room full of guys who want to win and are willing to sacrifice for one another.
You bring up Josh and OJ. It's the third game in a row where they both had 20. Just what do you see from them from a scoring standpoint? It doesn't let them forcing it or doing it. They're really efficient in how they're doing it.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a byproduct of us playing the right way. We talk about trying to get the dominoes to start falling, and it's really about getting the first one to fall and then making reads from there. And like I said, it could be anybody. It's never premeditated when we're the best offensively. We're not premeditating things, and it's just reads and guys playing to their strengths. So those two have been, the beneficiaries of the ball moving, and they're taking advantage of their opportunities.